And onwards to the next turn of Dominions 4. Lots of things have happened, like this one dude found 3 different magic sites at once. Conjuration research is ongoing, construction research is ongoing. Yeah, some death things we can summon later. And even more important, if I want to get underwater, I also need some water spells, and there are some neat water summons here. Some of them even possible outside of water, which is kind of useful for a nation who has absolute nothing in common with those little weird fish people. Well, first this, then the Dying Forest, Death and Nature, and a Garden of Bones for Death Gems, and Earth Blood Seepage for additional Earth Gems. Yeah, that's something that quietly annoys me a little bit. I want a lot of death, but since most of my death mages also have some random other paths, I also get all this other income. But well, magic gems are always useful, even if you don't want them. Ah, my Ravenlord is dead. And we got Yomon. Yay! So I guess that Ravenlord ran away and attacked Snowford. Oh, and the AI sends us a message that they wage war against us because we killed their pretender in this battle. Haha. Well, eat shit, AI, there's nothing much left from you now. A nice little event. A worldwide event, construction rituals are cheaper. And we are starting to destroy the gate in Snowfall again. And some of our lords and masters of ravens drop dead from disease. Well, let's take a look at the battles. The Storm of Yomon, the capital of fantasy Japan, gets attacked. Or not. Shark Warriors? Oh, I see. So at first, the AI sent in a lump of units from underwater. Now I understand. It even looks like it was scripted, so it seems to be a leftover from the time where Yomon was still controlled by a human being. But anyway, since our dudes can fly, this doesn't help. Especially since the Shark Warriors don't have any long-range support. So we just stomp through the middle and chop them up at the flanks and they run away. No problem. It's just annoying because they're rather good soldiers normally. So second attempt. We had some losses, we trampled some Shark Warriors, and now we are attacking with the leftovers. First, of course, mages. The enemy has a lot more mages, but we have a giant raven. Believe me, we are still winning. Yes. Ah, Tengus. Tengus are good units. They can fly in storms. They have a neat little lightning strike. They are also Thracids, so you can buff them up with your bless. One drawback is you can also only get them from summons, so you need mages to summon them. And this means you need to pay gems, the gem tax. Overall, the drawbacks are worth it. One of the winning strategies for Yomon is indeed to just find a way to summon an incredible shitload of Tengus and then just let them zap all their enemies to death with their little death rays. And this isn't looking good. It seems there's some kind of sleep cloud making my elephant sleepy, and some of them seem to be on fire. And Yomon has towers and shit to shoot arrows into my army. On the other hand, my dudes can fly, so some of them are already inside and fighting. Which is always nice, because if they get targeted by spells, there's a chance the spells will hit. their own side instead. It's friendly fire for you. Of course, my dudes are kind of shitty at fighting, so the only thing they are doing is preventing the main units from going out and fighting the sleepy elephants. Instead, they had to wait for a while, and then when they rushed back to the gate, my non-sleepy elephants were already coming through. Of course, as you can see, pathfinding is still an issue, because all those elephants are just walking to the wall, and then because the one way through is still blocked, they're just kind of staying there. Anyway, elephant breakthrough. And there they go. They run away. Again, there are some mages who don't run and get stomped by elephants. But even the mages who run away will have a shitty time because we own nearly every single province around. So there's a high chance none of them will make it to Snowford. The one and two who by sheer luck will survive will then later get stomped again. And now the Pretender God. The Blood Fontaine has only 33 hit points left and is already on fire. And now Mammoths and oh wow! But it has a hefty hit. And there he goes. The second Mammoth runs away. And the third dies. And there are our blessed super Iron Hail archers, and with a single salvo they kill off the Pretender. The giant fountain of blood just evaporates into nothingness, and we have won. The battle is over. We just have to wait before... Yes, everyone has run away. Yeah. You killed our god! Now you will die! Sometimes I wish the developers had added some more messages like this one. The AI is normally rather silent. You only get stupid messages like this sometimes, and because it's always the same message, always, it starts to sound silly incredibly fast. Anyway, time to reorganize some armies. Should I? Yes, should I? It's storming time. My Death Mage here can get an upgrade to Horde of Skeletons. That's the same thing like raising skeletons, you gotta just get more skeletons. So therefore it is better. Well, my other mage just the lightning bolts, and whoops, yeah, there it starts. Sooner or later I'll have to do something about this, because I have this one type of mage, and because everyone... Well, let's start again. The Harab Seraphs have a astonishingly wide spread of magic. They sometimes get 2 air, sometimes they get 2 death, sometimes they get no double paths at all, sometimes they get stuff like earth or water, which is nice if you want to diversify a bit, but it's also an incredibly strong headache if you have to script mages to do something useful in a major battle, because then you have, say, 50 mages, 20 of them have 2 air, so they need a script primarily air, 20 are death, so I need a death script, 10 are some random other things, and most of them will need a completely fine-tuned scripting for them. This means, well, I'm in trouble, because now I have 50 mages. They are all the same type of mage, but they have all different paths. So I have to look them up every time, or just randomly go through my list of shortcuts and hope the scripts I have saved go in there somewhere. And then sometimes I look up some mage I've scripted, and oops, I saw he had some other useful paths I couldn't take advantage of because I blindly shortcut scripted them. To prevent this, I will have to take some measures. Well, that's the problem with diversification mages in the front lines, I guess. Some nations only have certain paths, or only those paths, like Marignon's Witch Hunters, a mage from the Middle Ages. They have always 2 fire and level 1 astral. Always the same. That's something you can plan for. Every time you see a Witch Hunter, you know they have those paths and no other paths, and you can build your scripting around them, and then you can just move through all your giant stack of mages and give everyone the same script, and everything will work out. Harab Seraphs are sadly a lot more complicated, and in a couple turns, when we start to fight actual human beings with actual mage support, I will have to do something or grow insane. Well, anyway, the enemy capital is ours. We have started to re-siege Snowfold, then we are now storming the next fortress, and then there will be only 2 left, yes, and underwater crap. But that's it really. Mictlan is opportunistically snatching up some empty provinces, but little do they know that we are attacking them next. And it's time. Yeah. I'm normally not the most aggressive players, and the more territory we can eat before it goes into endgame, the better. I'm not counting Mictlan as endgame, because as strong as they are the strongest outside of a gimmick game where everyone can just spam the strongest units over and over again. Mictlan is strongest in normal games, where a good bless and their Jaguar warriors can just steamroll most opposition in the early game, and in the mid and end game they can use nasty blood magic to really be as evil as possible and win the game. In this case, they're kind of out of luck, and I have no idea if they even have a major blood bless like one would expect. This is the late age. Almost everyone has blood. Well, late age Calum not so much, but we have death instead, and being dead is almost as evil as cutting someone open and spill their blood. It makes sense if you know something about this game. I hope. Anyway, more mammoths to script, for a horde of hairy elephants. There's still some life left in it, until the really cruel super magic shit happens later in the game. But until then, I can still use them to stomp some shit. I always hated when the game shows me 10 times set battle order, because it reminds me I have suddenly work to do, and I hate work. Especially in a video game. I'm lazy in real life, and I'm even lazier in video games, because in video games I want to have fun and not do work. Anyway, it's still fun enough to do it, I guess. Otherwise I wouldn't play. And that's it. The rest can be done next time. Here I've started to switch to my more expensive units, since the expansion phase is long over and I'm now in full-time war mode. Time to forge something? Do I have something to forge? I'm still waiting for Construction 6 for my plans to develop. Well, at least this is almost gone. I guess at this time. Yes, Mictlan. Mictlan is still human. Around this time I went back and talked with Mictlan, but I didn't make any notes, so I have no idea what we talked about. I faintly remember thanking him for helping me out with Yomon, and that's it. Oh well. Let's see what future turns will bring us. Diploini out.